Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing Flipaclip once more. Well, this time I'm going to show you some basics. Now, in my last video, Now, if you guys don't know, I did do a basic tutorial on the app. Well, since then, the Flipaclip app has been updating, has been getting better and better since time has moved on. So I'm just going to teach you a proper way to use the app. So I'm going to teach you another proper way to use the app. Alright, so you see these projects here? Those are what the kind of projects I have right now. And I plan on making a new animation coming up. I'll show you a little sneak peek and then we'll go over more of how the app works.
Okay, Mario. You gotta find all the power moons and power up the ship.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, there's one here, one over here.
So yeah, we're going to show you how you can use the audio app, or the Flipaclip app. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add a new project. Name your animation, we're just going to basically name it Tutorial 2. And we can choose any background we want. I don't have any backgrounds, but if you always want, you could go to the gallery and get a background. Yeah, you could always get a background. I could choose that. Frame rate is basically telling you how many frames you would need to make a second. Depending on how many frames you have, you can try and make the animation look fluid, or you can try and make it look choppy at low. Now, at 1 FPS, it's going to turn out you only need to draw 1 frame for each second. But you need to go to at least 10 FPS to make your animation smooth. I namely like to go to 16 or 17 at best. So I'm going to go ahead. In canvas size, you can customize you can adjust the canvas size of your animation. So you could do like YouTube at 1080p or Vimeo at 1080p. There's also 304 and 540 pixels for Tumblr as for Tumblr though, this is what it would probably look. It would probably look sloppy. So I would recommend Vimeo, YouTube at 1080p. I'll just stick to YouTube at 1080p. Save it. Now, I won't be telling you or showing you how you can get the audio files you'll need for your animations, because it might be illegal, and I don't want this video to get flagged. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the basic tools. We're going to start with the things we're actually going to use for drawing. As you can see here, you have 4 options when you tap on the pen logo. You have 4 different options to draw: a pencil, a paintbrush, a regular old pen, or a highlighter. The pen should be automatically selected for you. You can hold to adjust the thickness of the pen. I usually leave it where it is, 0.7. Sometimes I go to 0.5 for better results. If you hold, you can adjust the opacity of the pen. There's also color presets. There's also custom color presets that you can use for your animations in case you forgot a certain color you might need. That's not what the... Back when I went over the old Flipaclip, it didn't have that. It also didn't have the... It also didn't give you the option to adjust the opacity of the pen, I don't think. The eraser tool, if you tap on it twice, once to select it and another to go to it, actually, you'll see that you have the option of adjusting the thickness of the eraser and the blur of it. This, I don't know what it is, but might be opacity again. The lasso tool, you just basically circle it around an object and you can move it around. I don't have anything drawn yet, so I might show you a further demonstration. The paint bucket works the same way as the pen did, except you can't adjust the opacity. I don't know why. And like before, you can go to the color presets, the color picker thing, and you can select what you want. And also, another new thing that's been added since I last went over the tutorial basics in my last video is text feature, which allows you to add text to your animation. So I could say things like, "Hey, buddy." I could say that. You can't see it. I'm just going to change the color of it. "Hey, buddy." That sort of thing. I don't really see much use in the text feature other than some of my animations that I'm working on. Okay, now I went over the 5 basic features here. Now let's take a look at these features before we get to the layers and music. We'll get to those after we review this. The ruler tool, there's 3 different options. A line, a circle, or a square. You can try and draw a straight line, though you would end up doing this for getting a vertical. Yeah, I'm drawing. That's why I don't use the ruler tool that much, but you can also do a circle or a square. But you can customize it to a rectangle if you feel it's necessary. You can also tap it again and it'll automatically send you back to where you were. You need to tap on the ruler tool again to get rid of that. And here is the copy button, and on the left is the paste button. It lets you copy and paste whatever you have into your frames, though you need to be on that certain layer for it to work. You have your redo button and you have your undo button. Now that we finally went over that, we're going to look at the layers. You have an assortment of layers. You have layer 1, 2, 3. And if you didn't buy all the premium features, 3 would be the maximum amount. But if you bought the premium features, which I did for about $5 or $6, you can add 3 more. Though you can't add more than 6, though. Though you can only add 6, but you can do certain things. You can tap here to rename the layer. You can tap here, you can tap and hold. You can tap to just get rid of that layer, or you can just increase the opacity if you need it. Or you can merge the layers, but this does go for every frame you draw. This does mean you're going to be drawing, but this goes for every frame that you draw. So if you merge the layers together, it will do the same to every single frame. So be careful. I would suggest coloring before doing this. And merging layers is actually useful if you're drawing backgrounds, like I do. Like I draw a lot of backgrounds. Okay, and finally, before we do anything, we have the audio at the bottom left, the newest feature that Flipaclip added. You can like add 6 different audio, music, and sound effects to your animation. The mic here lets you record your own voice, but because I'm recording my screen, I can't exactly show you a demonstration of that, but if you hold and record, it'll keep recording until you let go, then it'll stop. But in the middle, you'll get the audio effects. You get 4, well, I get 4. I have like 4 different sound effects. I like the fight sound effects, they're pretty good. And this basically allows you to download anything you have on your internal storage. I'm currently using some of these sound effects for my next animation, which I'm sure I'll be able to get done soon. But now that we got all the tool stuff out of the way, I'm now going to show you about frames. You can add a new frame, which basically puts a new clean frame for you. You can clone the last frame, which will leave the frame how it is to the next one, or paste into frame, which if you copied something will be in the next frame that you add. As you can see, I have 2 new frames. I'm just going to go ahead to the next frame, and if you tap on that frame, you'll get the option to add a new frame left or right, copy a frame and paste it into the next frame, or you can delete the frames. I'm going to go ahead and delete them to show you a further demonstration. Okay, but now one more thing I want to review before I end this video here. Here's what happens when you tap here. Project settings basically lets you edit the settings in case you want to change something. You can't change the canvas size though until you're done, which I don't know why. You can turn the onion on and off, and the onion basically lets you see a ghost version of the last frame you drew. I don't see any reason to turn it off other than to challenge myself more to do it. And grid, you turn it on and you can see the grid. If you bought the premium features, you can access the advanced settings, traditional colors, frames before, after, add up to, you could do like 5, I think, and frames after, the opacity and end opacity. It's pretty advanced stuff. The same goes for the grid options. And the same does go for the grid options. Like the vertical line spacing, horizontal line spacing, really advanced stuff. Okay, but I usually leave the grid option off, except for maybe a few occasions, but you know. I'm actually going to try and draw something. I know you can't really see it clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and, you see this? This is a face, and basically I'm going to draw a bunch of new frames, but until I get to a second, which is 16 or 17, then I'm going to use the lasso tool, and I'm going to be making it do rolls. That's where I'm going to make it do rolls. And it's going to end up rolling out of the screen. Let's watch it. Okay, it's a bit sloppy, but it'll do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color it just to show you a further demonstration. Okay, now we're going to color his eyes. They're really easy to do as long as you don't accidentally get the paint on the black outline, which will alter the outline like that. I did that on purpose so I could show you a demonstration. I'm going to keep coloring. It's eventually going to make me go to the next frame. Now I'm just going to finish off coloring the frame. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to erase what I have, which is plenty stuff. Plenty of stuff to erase here. Okay, almost done. And there we go. You got your animation. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to make the movie. And you have the option of turning off and on the Flipaclip watermark. I like to leave it off because, well, maybe I'll show you what it looks like with it on, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll just show you the animation. As you can see, it repeats a whole bunch of times, and you can save it to YouTube instantly or Facebook even. But if you also click more, it'll let you go to other stuff as well. And then you can like maybe edit it before getting it to YouTube maybe. I like to use Power Director. And even when I use it, you won't be seeing the watermark because I have I have bought a membership to remove it. And yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this tutorial helped you a little more than my other tutorial did, because I make really crappy tutorials, and I'll see you all later. Have a great night.